All right, hold on to your remotes, because what's coming next from Apple could quietly reshape your living room. For years, Apple TV has been one of those products that many users appreciate, but few truly notice. It's always been solid, reliable, smooth, but never groundbreaking. That might finally change in 2025. According to multiple reports and leaks, the next generation Apple TV is not just getting an update. It's getting a transformation. From the inside out, this small box is about to become one of the most powerful smart home devices Apple has ever built. At the heart of that transformation sits one key piece of hardware, the A17 Pro chip. If that name sounds familiar, it should. It's the same powerhouse that drives the iPhone 15 Pro, the 15 Pro Max, and even the iPad Mini 7. That means we're no longer talking about a casual streaming chip. We're talking about console-grade performance built for the biggest screen in your house. The A17 Pro is built on a 3-nanometer architecture from TSMC. That's not just a marketing number. It means the chip runs cooler, consumes less power, and processes information faster. When you combine that efficiency with Apple's optimized tvOS software, you get performance that feels almost instant. Apps launch faster. Menus glide smoothly. Games render at full 4K HDR 60 frames per second without a single hiccup. This isn't an exaggeration. It's the kind of performance we once associated with dedicated gaming consoles. And Apple seems to know it. That's why insiders say the new Apple TV will ship with 8 gigabytes of RAM, doubling the memory of the current 4K model. It's a big deal. That extra memory means smoother multitasking, more responsive apps, and crucially, more room for AI and Siri processing. Because yes, this time, Apple's intelligence is coming to your television. Apple Intelligence in the living room. When Apple launched the iPhone 17 series earlier this year, the spotlight was on Apple Intelligence, the company's new system-wide AI platform. It lets devices understand context, generate responses, and act proactively without sending personal data to the cloud. Now imagine that power sitting in your living room. The new Apple TV is expected to support the upgraded Siri engine powered by Apple Intelligence. That means Siri won't just recognize commands like play Ted Lasso. It'll understand context, remember follow-ups, and talk naturally. You could say, play the latest episode of Ted Lasso, then immediately ask, who's the actor playing the coach? And Siri will just answer. No need to restart the query. That's the difference between a voice assistant and a real conversational AI. And because the A17 Pro chip is powerful enough to handle on-device machine learning, none of your queries leave your home network. No cloud processing. No third-party tracking. It's privacy-first intelligence. Exactly what Apple has been promising for years. This step also opens the door for AI-based recommendations. Imagine your Apple TV understanding your viewing habits, not to sell ads or collect data, but simply to help you find what you actually want. Over time, it could suggest movies based on your mood, your activity level, even the time of day. Night in, it curates calm shows or cozy music. Weekend, action flicks and sports highlights. All without you lifting a finger. That's what Apple means by smart home intelligence. The rumor that changed everything, a built-in camera. But there's another rumor that's shaking up expectations. For the first time ever, Apple TV might come with a built-in FaceTime camera. Up until now, FaceTime on TV has worked through the continuity camera feature. Basically, you prop up your iPhone or iPad and let Apple TV use as a webcam. It's clever but clumsy. Connection delays, weird angles, extra setup steps. Now imagine that camera built directly into the box or the bezel of your television setup. No petting, no dilas. Just say, hey Siri, call mom, and you're instantly in a FaceTime call. This could make video calling a natural part of home entertainment. Families could catch up from the couch. Friends could join a movie watch party virtually. And since Apple already owns the FaceTime ecosystem, it makes perfect sense to extend it to the TV. That camera might also unlock gesture controls, a concept Apple has been refining ever since Vision Pro. Gesture controls and spatial interaction. We've already seen Apple experiment with hand gestures and eye tracking through Vision OS. It's futuristic, but not as far-fetched as it sounds. If Apple brings even a scaled-down version of those controls to the Apple TV, it could completely change how you interact with your screen. Think about this. Simple hand movements to scroll through menus, pinch motions to adjust volume, a wave to pause a movie. No remote needed. The camera captures your gestures, the A17 Pro interprets them instantly, and tvOS reacts smoothly. This is Apple's first real step toward bringing spatial computing into every living room. Even before the Vision Pro headset becomes mainstream, the Apple TV could act as the gateway for spatial interaction, turning your TV into a bridge between the physical and digital worlds. And honestly, that makes sense. Apple's entire ecosystem is moving in that direction, merging AI, AR, and connected hardware into one experience. A true smart home upgrade. But the next Apple TV isn't just about entertainment. It's about the smart home. Today's Apple TV already serves as a HomeKit hub, letting you control lights, locks, and cameras. But with the A17 Pro chip and Apple Intelligence, that hub could become proactive instead of reactive. Imagine Siri not only responding to turn off the lights, but recognizing that you've started a movie and automatically dimming them for you. Imagine it knowing when you usually cook dinner and showing recipe videos right on the home screen. That's the kind of automation Apple is quietly building toward, a system that understands you without spying on you. Home automation is becoming mainstream, and Apple's goal is to make it invisible. The next Apple TV could be the center of that experience, a device that not only streams your content, but manages your home with intelligence and privacy. Wi-Fi 7 and next-gen connectivity. Performance doesn't end with the processor. Connectivity is about to get a huge boost too. The 2025 Apple TV is rumored to include Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6 support. That means faster data transfer, lower latency, and stronger connection for devices like controllers, AirPods, and HomePods. Wi-Fi 7 is capable of multi-link operation, basically allowing your Apple TV to connect to multiple bands at once for smoother streaming and gaming. No more buffering when you jump between apps. No more lag when streaming high bitrate 4K HDR video. And Bluetooth 6 could enhance controller responsiveness and audio quality for spatial sound experiences through AirPods and HomePod Mini. Combine that with Apple's existing ecosystem of devices, and you get a living room that feels instantly connected. Gaming like never before. One area Apple is quietly doubling down on is gaming. And the next Apple TV might finally be the bridge between casual mobile games and true console-grade titles. The A17 Pro GPU is built for high-end graphics. It's capable of hardware-accelerated ray tracing and meta-level performance that previous Apple TVs could only dream of. Imagine playing games like No Man's Sky, Resident Evil Village, or future Apple Arcade exclusives in native 4K with HDR support. And here's where things get exciting. Apple is rumored to be working on a new game controller specifically designed for tvOS. It would feature tight integration with the Apple ecosystem, low-latency Bluetooth 6, and perhaps adaptive haptic feedback similar to what you find on modern consoles. For casual gamers, that's a game changer, no pun intended. You get console-level gaming without the bulk or the price tag. And for Apple, it's another step in building a complete entertainment platform that goes far beyond streaming. tvOS 19, a smarter interface. Hardware alone is nothing without software, and Apple knows that better than anyone. That's why tvOS 19 is expected to launch alongside the new hardware, bringing a refreshed interface and deep AI integration. Early reports suggest a cleaner, more dynamic UI with personalized recommendation tiles. These tiles could adapt based on your habits, showing music in the morning, fitness content in the afternoon, and movies at night. tvOS 19 will also tighten integration with Apple Music, Fitness Plus, and Apple Arcade. Picture a dashboard where your workout stats, music history, and gaming achievements all coexist, making your TV not just a screen, but a digital companion. Siri's revamp plays a big part here. The AI-driven assistant can now handle follow-up questions without a starting conversation, creating a more natural flow. This subtle upgrade makes a huge difference in daily use. Instead of saying, "Hey Siri, show me comedy movies," then starting over with, "Hey Siri, who's in this movie?" you can simply continue the conversation. It feels human, not robotic. That's the beauty of Apple's design philosophy. Technology that feels invisible. Design and build, sleeker, smaller, smarter. Physically, don't expect a radical redesign. Apple TV has always embraced minimalism, a small, quiet black box that just works. But leaks suggest Apple is testing a slightly smaller chassis with better thermal management and silent cooling. That means the new model could stay cooler under heavy load while remaining completely silent. No fans, no noise, just performance. The finish might also change. A matte surface with smoother edges would match the aesthetic of Apple's 2025 lineup, including the iPhone 17 Pro and Mac Mini M4. There's even talk of a space black option, bringing a premium Pro Series look to your living room. The Siri remote could see minor upgrades too. Improve haptic feedback, possibly a new color, and new one-chip integration for precise Find My tracking. No more searching between couch cushions for your remote. It's a small detail, but it shows Apple's commitment to polishing the entire experience. Efficiency and sustainability. Apple's sustainability goals are now deeply woven into every product launch. The next Apple TV will reportedly use 100% recycled aluminum and halogen-free components, helping the company stay on track for its 2030 carbon-neutral target. The A17 Pro chip's efficiency also means lower power consumption. Expect instant wake performance with minimal energy draw in standby mode. It's always ready, but barely uses any power when idle. This is a theme across Apple's entire lineup: performance without waste, speed without sacrifice.